When you share your heartbreak, you open up a space where some people not only want to see you cry, but can also find ways to push you into the abyss of suffering. Even though this is not always the case, also happened. Unfortunately, in this world, some cruel souls enjoy watching the suffering of others, some even promoting or aggravating that pain. Jealousy and envy, like a disease, spread and hinder your progress in many aspects of life, from the workplace to your circle of friends, and even within the family, your family. Learning to keep your weaknesses a secret not only helps you become stronger, but is also the secret to standing firm in the face of storms. Imagine yourself as an ancient fortress, standing tall before the storms of time. City walls may erode and gates may rust, but the foundation is always solid and sturdy. This is the symbol of indomitability and sustainability that we aim for. We will explore how you can become stronger by staying grounded and not allowing yourself to be swayed by external fluctuations and challenges. By embracing each challenge as a valuable lesson, you will learn to stand strong like an ancient fortress, not by denying the storm, but by choosing not to let yourself be eroded or collapsed. Together, we will learn about the 16 principles of Stoicism through the teachings of Epictetus, one of the great and respected philosophers. The secret of strength lies not in the roar of thunder, but in the silence, the lonely light that guides the way. In the next few minutes, we will focus on this profound content away from the daily turmoil to explore and grow together. Principle 1. Listen deeply. The first principle is about listening, an important art that many people often ignore. Have you ever wondered why we are born with 2 ears but only 1 mouth? Epictetus encourages us to perceive and reflect more deeply on the world from the perspective of others. Through deep listening, we not only learn how to understand and empathize with others, but also develop ourselves, expanding our knowledge and awareness of life. Listening, according to Epictetus, is not a passive act, but an active process requiring attention, patience, and humility, thereby creating a deeper connection and understanding between people with humans. Principle 2. Prepare for the worst scenario. It can be said that this is a strong principle, encouraging us to approach life with a mindset of being prepared for all possibilities, including the worst possible situations. This philosophy is supported by Epictetus's profound advice. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to stop worrying about things beyond the power of the will. Through this, Epictetus not only emphasizes accepting and preparing for negative possibilities, but also helps us recognize the value of focusing on what we can control, our reactions to those situations. When we apply this principle, we do not have to live in fear or worry excessively about the future. Instead, we learn to face and accept that things may not turn out the way we expect. This not only reduces anxiety and stress, but also helps us develop a strong, flexible mindset, ready to face any challenge and take advantage of every opportunity to develop ourselves, regardless of circumstances seen. Thus, instead of being shocked and miserable when faced with failure, we are mentally ready and have a response plan. Principle 3. Accept failure as a stepping stone. There is no better progress than through failure. Yes, we often avoid failure so as not to be seen as ignorant. However, Epictetus had a completely different view. He sees philosophy not only as a field of knowledge, but also as a journey of self-improvement, both professionally and personally. Failure, according to him, is not something to be avoided, but an opportunity for us to learn, develop, and ultimately progress. Remember that as long as you keep moving, it doesn't matter how slow or fast you go. Just because you failed once doesn't mean you will fail. Keep trying, and remember, always believe in yourself, because if you don't, who will believe in you, dear friend? Principle 4. Hopefully. You may not have a comfortable life and always have to solve world-related problems at once, but never limit the important things you want to have, because history always shows us that encouragement can be contagious and that hope can define one's life. Hope is not just a vague dream or wish. It is part of the process of living a meaningful life, a way to maintain psychological balance under any circumstances. It emphasizes the need to focus on what we can control, our attitudes, actions, and reactions, rather than being overwhelmed by worrying about things beyond. And if sometimes you feel a ray of hope suddenly disappear, look deep into your heart and be resilient. You will be able to see the truth. There is a hero that always exists within you. Principle 5. Fortune. Fortune is like glass. The brighter it sparkles, the easier it breaks. This abundance, although desirable, comes with challenges and temptations that not everyone can overcome. It's not just about people appearing out of nowhere, intent on exploiting our wealth under the guise of false friendship, but also about how money can change who we are, and not always in a positive way. When we become owners of a valuable resource, we face the risk of losing the serenity and simplicity we once had, opening the door to jealousy and bottomless greed. According to the philosophy of Epictetus, from the moment we begin to accept wealth not only as a part of life, but as the ultimate goal, our soul begins a path of self-destruction, losing value. Your morals and true nature. Live the best life you can. Life is a game whose rules you will learn if you jump right into it and play hard. Otherwise, you will be surprised and constantly amazed by the ever-changing rules of the game. Those who don't play often whine and complain that luck always passes them by. They refuse to realize that they can make a little luck for themselves. Remember, the best luck is the luck we create ourselves. Principle 6. Richness. Having money is great because money can buy many things you like. However, sometimes you have to check to see if you have lost something that money cannot buy. True wealth lies in a contented state of mind, a truth that Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, profoundly explored and shared. His views on happiness are expressed not only through his teachings, but also through impressive sayings such as, "A wise person is someone who does not worry about things he does not have, but appreciates and is happy. I'm happy with what I've got." This reflection is not just a meditation or a piece of advice, but a way of life, learning to let go of the suffering caused by lack of wealth and accepting wealth as part of one's life. While we continue to lament about what we have not yet had, we unintentionally miss out on moments of happiness and gratitude for what has been achieved. The simple but precious things, much more distant than ever with what the naked eye can perceive. A truly wealthy person, in Epictetus's view, is someone who understands that happiness is not the result of material accumulation, but an expression of gratitude and contentment with what one has. Principle 7. Death. Death awareness is not a warning of the inevitable end, but a precious reminder of the value of life and the time we are given. This is not a lesson in pessimism. On the contrary, it opens a door to the profound understanding that all our actions, all our efforts, move towards an ultimate endpoint, death. When we accept death as not only a part of life, but also the final destination, we begin to wonder whether material accumulations, like a lavish home, are worth our precious time of your life or not. This makes us ponder, Are we wasting our precious time chasing things that we cannot take with us when death comes knocking? In the context of everyday life, with items such as credit cards or toothbrushes considered essential, this realization raises a profound question about what is truly necessary and important. Instead of focusing on material possessions, keeping a small notebook containing thoughts and life principles becomes extremely valuable. This notebook not only helps us face failures and life's difficulties more calmly, but is also a source of inspiration for us to live fully, be more aware of each moment, and realize the value of each moment, the true value of existence. Awareness of death in this way is not to create fear or anxiety about the end, but to encourage a meaningful life in which every moment is lived to the fullest and every moment is lived to its fullest. Decisions are made with long-term value in mind. Death comes to all humans, but great achievements will build monuments that will last until the sun becomes cold. It's a reminder that, while we can't control when it ends, we can control how we choose to live each day. This is not only a principle of acceptance of death, but also a call to make the most of each moment, to seek and nurture what truly brings value and happiness in life, thereby shaping a life that is not only materially rich, but also spiritually and emotionally rich. Principle 8. Be humble. Bringing humility into your life emphasizes the importance of cultivating a humble spirit in the process of learning and personal growth. Epictetus, through the simplicity and profoundness of his teachings, urges us to realize that truly acquiring knowledge begins with accepting that we do not know anything. He calls us to walk the path of knowledge with humility, like a deep river flowing smoothly without boasting of our power with a loud noise. In the shadow of humility, we not only learn how to receive knowledge with an open heart, but also learn to appreciate the journey of knowledge as a never-ending process, not limited by pride or complacency. We learn to look at everything with a child's eyes, always curious and eager to explore, but never think we know everything. Humility opens space for wonder, allowing us to continue to seek a deeper understanding of the world around us without being limited by old perspectives. Thus, humility is not only a valuable virtue, but also a powerful means to progress further on the path of knowledge, with the awareness that, like a deep river flowing smoothly, real knowledge, deep knowledge, and understanding need not be displayed, but manifests itself through its richness and richness. Principle 9. Guilty. We all carry within us our places of exile, our sins, our devastation. Our task is not to release them into the world, it is to transform them in ourselves and others. In this challenging journey, sins are not simply wrong actions, but also valuable lessons and important milestones on the path of self-improvement. We know that sin is often seen as a disaster, manifested in different reactions depending on the individual. Some narrow-minded people tend to blame others, while people with normal souls often blame themselves. However, truly wise people, following the advice of Epictetus, consider all sins as unworthy mistakes and turn them into valuable lessons. In the modern world, this teaching has opened up a new approach to guilt, seeing it not as a burden but as an opportunity for personal growth by refusing to participate in the blame game mistakes, but instead accept responsibility and learn from mistakes. Facing sin does not mean taking the easy way out, like blaming others or yourself, but is a process of freeing yourself from the shackles of mistakes by acknowledging and making amends. This is no small challenge, requiring patience and strong determination to not only avoid guilt, but also maintain personal responsibility. Only when we control how we perceive and react to our mistakes can we truly be free and develop, turning each sin into a step forward on the journey of maturity and self-improvement. Principle 10. Never forget your reaction. Life is full of unsatisfactory things. We cannot avoid them. The only thing that can be done is to change the perspective of it. Remember, your reaction not only reflects your destiny, but also shapes it. The way we face and react to events in life are not just random actions, but the mark of our success or failure. Epictetus, with profoundness and systematicity, affirmed a truth. We cannot choose what happens to us, but we have the right to choose how to respond and manage it. Challenges, whether loss or failure, can strike anyone, but it's how we embrace and transform them that makes the tangible difference. Consider a situation. Imagine when you face a major loss at work, such as a cancelled important project or being fired. For many people, such events can lead to feelings of frustration, self-doubt, and even despair. However, from Epictetus's perspective, each difficulty and each obstacle is an opportunity to review career goals and reshape the path forward. See loss at work not as an end, but as a turning point that opens up space to develop new skills, explore new fields, or even completely change career direction. In this moment of challenge, instead of wallowing in negative feelings, redirect that energy into building an action plan, finding opportunities, and expanding your network. This is your time to shine, showing your adaptability and resilience in the face of failure. By applying Epictetus's thinking, you can not only overcome feelings of loss and disappointment, but also turn them into motivation for personal development. Life doesn't always go according to plan, but flexibility and resilience to change will be the key to opening new doors, full of promise and success. Principle 11. Don't hate people who hate you. You should never hate people who are jealous of you. Respect that jealousy, because those people are the ones who think you are better than them. In the tumultuous journey of life, allowing yourself to hate people who do not bring value or positivity into your life is, in fact, just an act of self-harm. You, with all your noble qualities and invisible inner strength, are truly far beyond the limitations that others try to impose on you. Individuals who only know how to criticize, despise, and impose discrimination on you are fighting their own internal battles. So, don't waste your precious time and energy hating them or letting them take up the thinking space in your mind. They don't deserve any of your thoughts or feelings. We are encouraged to approach every situation with courage and tolerance, not allowing fear or resentment towards those who want to hurt us. Negative words and actions from them are nothing more than desperate attempts to affect your spirit and self-esteem. However, when you choose to ignore and not allow those thoughts and actions to affect you, you not only protect yourself from negativity, but also cultivate a resilient spirit and a big heart. Deciding to ignore and become immune to negativity is a sign of self-respect and mental strength. It is a powerful reminder that, ultimately, you are the one who holds the power over your life path, with the ability to choose how you face and respond to every challenge. In this way, you not only maintain your inner peace, but also continue to grow and mature, despite all the noise and turmoil of the outside world. In every moment of choosing to ignore and become immune, you are affirming your worth while expanding the path to a life of meaning, happiness, and freedom. Principle 12. Always fulfill your duties. Principle 12 emphasizes the importance of not only recognizing, but also being dedicated to carrying out one's duties in society and the world. Ancient trees with a rich history and witnessing many changes in the world constantly grow and contribute to the surrounding environment without recognition. It demonstrates its strength not only through its majestic appearance, but also through its perseverance in providing oxygen, shelter for creatures, and stability for the ecosystem. This illustrates to us that undertaking and completing one's tasks without the witness or recognition of others is a noble and meaningful act. This principle encourages an attitude to life in which self-discipline and passion guide every action and every decision. It emphasizes the importance of contributing to the community and the world in a silent but meaningful way, like an old tree that not only creates shade, but is also a source of life for many creatures. This is a reminder of finding fulfillment and happiness in your daily work, overcoming the need for recognition to truly live a life of value, and having a positive influence on your surroundings around. Fulfilling our obligations is not because of the expectation of praise or acceptance from others, but because of a deep understanding that each of our actions, each of our tasks, has meaning and impact on the surrounding environment, around and into your own life. When we are aware of our role and importance and that others depend on our contributions, we hold a moral responsibility to perform tasks without reminders or expectations, external recognition. In this way, the principle encourages us to live and work with a spirit of self-discipline, self-reliance, and initiative, appreciating and performing each task as an integral part of a larger mission to contribute to the balance and progress of the world. This is a reminder of finding meaning and value in everyday work, not only for personal benefit, but also for the common good of the community and society. Principle 13. Take control of your life. The line between a bad day and a good day is very thin. Whether today is beautiful or not is determined by your attitude. Maintaining control of your life and not letting comments or attitudes from others disturb your mood or decisions is necessary. When you allow anyone the power to make you angry, you are giving them power over yourself. However, this only happens when you allow yourself to be influenced by their actions. Epictetus, with his characteristic profundity, helps us realize that within each of us lies many keys. Some open the door to happiness, while other keys can lead us to spiritual ruin. It is by giving away this final key to those who make us angry that we put ourselves at a disadvantage. The solution to this problem lies in building a protective barrier around the soul, preventing us from being swayed by negative opinions and attitudes from outside. Because in the end, each of us has the power to own our own words and decide what we choose to listen to and receive. This is not only a lesson in self-control, but also a reminder of the power of personal choice in determining happiness and peace in our lives. Principle 14. Always gain benefits. In every situation, whether favorable or unfavorable, there is always an opportunity for you to find benefit, an idea that Epictetus once emphasized. This is not simply about having the ability to choose to find the good in the difficult, but doing so is seen as our responsibility. With intelligence and acumen, we are equipped to recognize opportunities, even in situations that seem to bring only trouble. Consider a situation where you get sick and have to take a long period off work. On the surface, this may seem like a negative experience, disrupting your work and daily life. However, if viewed from another perspective, this can become a great opportunity to focus on personal health and self-development and even reshape your life priorities. During this rest period, you can spend time studying and practicing meditation, a skill that you have always wanted to learn, but never had the time. You can also read personal development books or learn a new skill through online courses, thereby expanding your knowledge and increasing your self-worth. Thereby, Not only will you improve your health, but you will also have the opportunity to develop personally and professionally, turning a negative situation into a positive opportunity for personal growth. So, instead of viewing sick leave as a disadvantage, you turn it into a valuable period to take care of yourself, learn, and grow. This proves that no matter the situation, there is always a perspective from which we can find benefit and potential for personal growth, in the spirit of always seeking benefit in life, every situation. When this attitude becomes an integral part of your life, it will not only help you overcome difficulties, but also lead you to a more meaningful and satisfying life. This goes far beyond just complaining and complaining. By staying open and looking for the bright spots in any situation, we not only learn how to overcome challenges, but also turn them into springboards for success and personal growth. Principle 15. Don't worry about things beyond your control. In life's journey, we often find ourselves standing in the middle of a vast sea of worries and desires, where the turbulence of things beyond our control constantly arises. Epictetus, like a wise guide on the philosophical boat, cleverly reminds us that, on that voyage, we're only truly the masters of ourselves, of our thoughts, opinions, and ideas, not of fame or material wealth that we can lose at any time. When facing a sea of uncertainty, with desire and passion as our sails, it is important to realize that, although we may try our best, we cannot always control strong winds or big waves. Worrying and sadness about things beyond our ability is no different from adding fuel to the fire with our own hands, causing the soul to become stormy and disoriented. Epictetus, like an experienced captain, teaches us that respecting and developing the values within our reach is the secret to weathering the storm. By letting go of uncontrollable factors and entrusting them to the flow of fate, we not only find peace of mind, but also open up space for life to become more meaningful. We learn to appreciate every moment, like every day is a gift, and every challenge is a valuable lesson. The image associated here could be your boat, with you as the captain, holding the steering wheel firmly against the waves and waves, heading towards the light of the lighthouse ahead, the light of understanding and peace and happy. Life, when lived like this, is no longer a series of days struggling with useless worries, but a journey of self-discovery, finding true value and living each moment to the fullest. Epictetus, through his teachings, not only encourages us to face challenges courageously, but also helps us realize that, in this life, the most precious thing is time and the way we choose to live it. Principle 16. Explore yourself. This journey begins with honestly identifying and accepting your emotions. When we stop hiding or denying our emotions, we begin to see them as important indicators of our deepest needs and desires. This helps us better understand ourselves, about what we are truly passionate about what makes us happy or miserable. Next, self-discovery requires courage to challenge and overcome the limits we set for ourselves. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you begin to see clearly that many of the limitations you thought you couldn't overcome are just psychological barriers. This process helps broaden your horizons and discover new possibilities, thereby creating positive change in your life and personal development. Besides, self-discovery is also closely related to finding and nurturing meaningful relationships with those around you. When you learn to face the world calmly and not be distracted by small annoyances, you will open up more to those around you. They be building deep and meaningful relationships than. This is not only a journey to find self-understanding, but also the process of forming and practicing a lifestyle in which peace, steadfastness, and happiness are not shaken by external fluctuations outside. This is a powerful process that unleashes the hidden power within each of us and ultimately leads us to a fulfilling and meaningful life. As we walk our journey to find inner peace, act as if nothing bothers you is not only a powerful principle, but a way of life. Through this video, we hope you have felt the hidden power of keeping your soul calm in the face of life's storms. This not only helps us overcome difficulties resiliently, but also helps us live more fully and happily. We hope that you have found joy and value in this video. If you stuck around until the end, we'd love to hear more about your thoughts and feelings. Please leave a comment with the keyword iron will below the video if these ideas have touched you. Click subscribe to not miss the next videos, where we continue to discover and share valuable knowledge and lessons, helping you develop and live a meaningful life. Thank you for spending time with us today. Remember, the power to change your life is right in your hands. Act as if nothing bothers you and open up new possibilities for your life. See you in the next video.